Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. As of today, the Double Evolution tournament is officially underway, and so as I usually do for you guys every single month, in today's video I'm going to be covering it and showing you guys 5 of, in my opinion, the best decks to use to have the most success in this tourney. So if you take a look at the information, we play with 2 evolutions, which is pretty standardized at this point. I think we're all used to the Double Evolution format. They kind of forced it on us a few months ago. The game mode is going to be normal battle, so no special mode shenanigans. Length is 4 days long, which also looks like they've standardized these tourneys to about 4 days per tournament. Used to be 5 before. Level cap is level 11. There are also going to be some differences in this tourney that I will be highlighting to you guys. As of right now, I'm 5-0, undefeated. In today's video, I'll be trying to go to 10 wins, showcasing 1 win each with all 5 of the decks that I'll be showing you guys in today's video. So if you guys do enjoy the video and this type of content, please make sure to like and subscribe. And let's get into the individual deck breakdowns. As you can see, I've specially curated 5 decks, and I've basically done so by not only researching the meta, just my general opinion of the meta and the current state of the game, but also I take a look at the top 50 players in the tournament early on and kind of select decks from there that I think people are using that'll have a lot of success. Obviously, all these decks are pretty much tested by people who have reached the top 50 as well at the current moment on the leaderboard, so no real worries there. All these decks are going to be very strong. Starting out, let's go with deck number 1, which is going to be Goblin Drill Spam. This is like pretty much a staple. Every single GT video I've done for the past few months has had Goblin Drill, just because they gave it a pretty undeserved buff in my opinion recently, and it's just been dominating the meta ever since. So we have this version, which has the Evo Bomber, Evo Tesla, with Poison Log and Mighty Miner as their champion of choice. I did see an alternate version. You guys can switch this up. I saw someone play this with Evo Skeletons instead of Evo Tesla, and Tornado instead of the Log, as well as Fire Spirit over the Ice Spirit. But I have seen pretty much every player using the Mighty Miner. I think there are some versions that can work with the Rail Ghost as well, but I think Mighty Miner is generally the best. And so again, I'll be breaking down every single deck and also trying to win one game with each of them. So as of how to play this deck, or as for how to play this deck, you pretty much just spam Goblin Drills, utilize your super fast cycle to defend efficiently, and use your Evo Bomber as a secondary win condition. Again, you can opt for the Tornado over the Log if you would like to have more opportunities to, you know, use it with the Drill or on defense, but I saw someone using this exact version with the Log and I kind of liked it more, so I'm electing to use this one. Now the difference that I wanted to mention is that you can now use the Dagger Duchess in this tournament, so you can use any tower troop from Princess Tower to Cannoneer to Dagger Duchess. Duchess is actually a really strong tower, and I think she might be one of the better ones. I don't know if she's as good as Cannoneer, but she's definitely overpowered. Basically everyone is using her in the tourney. Unfortunately, guys, I did want to make a video showcasing the Dagger Duchess, but I've just been so busy with school, university, and final season coming around, so I unfortunately just did not have the time to go for it. But in each of the decks in today's video, I will be playing with a Dagger Duchess because, again, I think she's just so strong, and I saw pretty much everyone else running her as well. Now, I see Mega Minion Guards. This is honestly a bad sign because I think this might be Lava Hound, and Lava is generally not the best matchup for this deck because we actually don't have much air, as you guys can notice. I pretty much only have the Tesla as air defense, actually, so I'm a little bit worried. He goes for the Lava. I'm going to go Mighty opposite lane to pressure. Let's see what he has for this. I'm definitely going to have to pressure quite a lot. Valkyrie is actually going to do a good job of shutting down the Mighty, but Mighty will charge up quite a lot and hopefully kill the Valk. I'm going to go for a Drill. Unfortunately, the Valk walks backwards. I was hoping we would kind of avoid that interaction because she was already high enough, but not going to work out. I'm going to hold on to my Tesla. He does go for the Skeleton Dragons, so I'll Tesla to snipe them right about now. And he might go for a Loon, which I'm actually very worried about right now because I don't really have any air defense. Yeah, this is looking really dire right now, guys. Going to go for the defensive Poison, and I think a Mighty ability is called for. So I'm going to go for that, as well as an Ice Spirit, and that's actually going to be hopefully no hits. Okay, 1 hit. I mean, honestly, 1 hit could be worse. Like, we could have taken a lot more damage. I think that was pretty much the best defense I could have gone for. Goes for the Guards. I will just log them. I think a tower trade is basically guaranteed right now. Unfortunately, like, this is just not a very optimal situation, and we just don't have much air defense. But again, I'll try my best to defend. I think NATO might have helped more in this matchup as well, honestly thinking, but you know, we can't really dwell on that too much. It's like pretty much just what we have to deal with. Goes for Valkyrie. I'm actually definitely going to Evo Bomber on that because I need to get the tower damage. That's going to be a double bounce, nice, and hopefully another. Yeah, we get 2, or we get 1. I'm going to poison these Skeleton Dragons this time and keep my Tesla alive, very much healthy, so that if he goes for a Balloon, I can definitely just, like, you know, take it out much easier. So I think that was a pretty decent defense, actually. Not really too concerned with the state of things right now. We're going to go for drill to pressure opposite, as we do have our Evo Tesla available as well. Guards do come down. We're still going to get some stabs. As you can see, drill is just so strong, even when they defend it. And wow, he goes for a Lava Hound over here. I think I'm going to go for the poison, and he does go for a loon as well. Pretty aggro. I'll go for my Evo Tesla as late as possible, and as you guys can see, it's going to stun everything, get to work on the balloon. Let me also Ice Spirit to stall, and we're looking pretty good right now, actually. Going to go for a drill, and I think I can just Mighty to tank. I don't really think... actually, I'll pop Mighty ability as well. And we're going to get some decent drill chip. I'm going to go for the Evo Bomber the bridge again. It's a very obnoxious play for the opponent to deal with. We're going to get at least 2, hopefully. Yeah, we get 2 on the tower. However, this is going to be a massive counter push to worry about as well. The loon is definitely inbound sometime soon. I'm going to go for the defensive poison, Skellies to kite the mega, and like you just have to play really good defense in a matchup like this, honestly. So going to go Mighty ability just to stall, and I'm definitely going to have to get back to a second Tesla right about now, which I think we are actually going to be able to defend just fine. Yeah, we're actually going to defend, guys. Like, we held that off really well, and now he's kind of in trouble. He might go like Prediction Valk or something. Goes Lava at the back. I'm just going to Bomber, and then I'm going to go for the drill. And this is pretty much 2 poisons away from taking it. I'm actually just going to try and cycle 2 poisons right now. Maybe we can... It's a little risky, but maybe we can get it done if we play this right. So I'm going to go for my Evo Tesla right now. I'm going to drill as well to force him to defend the upcoming drill, and I think a poison will take it. So honestly, guys, I don't think that was the easiest of matchups to deal with, but I was able to defend really well. Like, I'm actually pretty proud of how I defended that, because honestly, like, Balloon can be pretty tough for this deck. Again, we don't really have much air at all, so I was pretty happy about that, honestly. Just, you know, utilizing the Tesla efficiently on defense. Poison on defense is so strong as well, and you do have the Mighty Miner ability as a last resort. Also, the Bomber is a great accessory to your drill as a win condition. Like, I utilized the Bomber, and it actually worked out really well. So I'm pretty proud of that win, honestly. I guess that's a pretty good template of how you want to play this deck against Lava Hound decks. Usually you'll get easier matchups than that, but we were still able to do a good job, so very nice first win. Moving on, we have Golem. I did want to get a beatdown deck in for you guys, because Dagger Duchess's main weakness is actually beatdown decks. She does so well and excels against Cycle, but beatdown is where she kind of struggles, and so I think beatdown is a great exemplification of how to do well in this tournament if you play it well. I saw quite a few people at the top, and I think this deck is pretty solid. You know, we have Golem Pump. It's a pretty standard version of Golem Pump, just with some support card switch around. We have Evo Barbs, Evo Zap as our double Evo pair. Saw quite a few players playing this, including Zodiac, who was top 50 at the time. Pretty well-known player and streamer. Healer is just very obnoxious, honestly, and he was up against like a defensive poison cycle type deck, and the opponent was defending very well, but in the end he just overwhelmed the opponent with 3 healers and 2 E-Drags, I think. Like, kind of insane. We also have the Little Prince, just because it's still such a strong card, honestly. Still a very good card. As for how to play the deck, it's actually a pretty slow cycle, but I think what you want to do is just stack pumps early on, build up an advantage, and then subsequently you can just go in and kind of steamroll them with the advantage you've built up. Also, by the way, you guys will notice I don't have Evo Zap unlocked, but I am able to use it in the tourney still, so all Evos that you don't have unlocked, you can still use in this tournament, and now we do have Evo Zap and Evo Tesla available in the tourney. They were not available last month. Again, every deck today will be using the Dagger Duchess, because basically everyone I've spectated in the top 50 is using Dagger Duchess, so I think it's just a good idea to abuse it while you can. Honestly, with a starting hand, I'm tempted to go split Barbs first play, guys. I'm going to keep it real with you, because we do want to get to our Evos. I'm going to do it. Honestly, I don't want to leak. I think Golem can like be okay by leaking as well, but I don't want to make this video too boring for you at the same time. So I'm just going to split my Barbs. Yeah, I already have one spectator giving the Hog thing, because I am not known for playing beatdown. Honestly, guys, I hope I can give you a good match right now, because I don't play Lava Hound or Golem very much at all. So I'd like to hopefully do well this time around. Oh, this could be a mirror match. Hold up. I mean, we see the Knight, Bomber, and Healer. I genuinely believe this might be a mirror matchup. Let's see what we can do in this one, I guess. So that's going to be a Bridge Battle 1. I'm actually going to Pump. I think we should be okay. I'm going to Zap as well, and just he pumps at the same time. Fair enough. LP should take care of that, and as you guys can see, Dagger Duchess is so strong. Look at her go. Like, she's just so powerful. He's actually going to get a little bit of chip, but I think that's pretty much the same outcome a Prince's Tower would have gotten. I'm just going to Golem. I don't really know what else to do. So I think I'll just Golem. He's probably going to Golem himself as well, yeah. This is interesting, guys. I don't really know what's going on. I'm going to Healer. I'm not well versed in the Golem mirror matchup, so I hope I can show you guys how to play this. I hope I don't embarrass myself, but I think Healer's pretty solid. And I can shred that Golem with my Evo Barbs, actually, so that is what I'm thinking of doing. He does go for the Evo Bomber, which is a huge pain, but I can go for my Barbs now, and they will melt the Golem, because the Bomber is, like, nowhere near. Does go for a pretty good NATO, but that's still going to, you know, melt the entire thing. And my Golem is still doing a pretty good job of tanking up. Gonna go for my own E-Drag to snipe all of this. And I'll zap as well. That should kill the Bomber, hopefully. Yeah, it does stun and chain onto the Bomber. And I just really want to kill his Electro Dragon, but that does not look like it's going to be the case. And he's trying to overwhelm me right now. I think a NATO should be just fine. Yeah, LP plus NATO will do a great job defending all that. And I think we're okay. I think I pump again. I don't know how to play this, guys. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be pumping or goleming. But I guess we just reset and Golem again. Like, I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, him having an Evo Bomber is problematic. He does a great job of just countering my Barbs on defense. I'm not a big fan of this right now. I'm going to be honest. Like, I would much rather have a different situation. But we're going to have to make do with what we have, of course. So, he's probably going to Bomber. The good news is that he doesn't have an Evo Bomber in cycle this time. So, I can kind of overwhelm a little bit. I'm going to go for a NATO Evo Zap on the tower. I think we will get our Golem to the tower, so we should get a fair amount of... yeah, chip. We're actually going to get a good connection, guys. I'm going to reset with a Golem. I think he's kind of down Elixir right now. And our Barbs are kind of popping off, actually. Like, our Barbarians are putting in a lot of work. Look at that. And we're actually taking the lead right now in terms of the damage. And the Evo Knight's also going to get melted. Wow, this is going a lot better than I thought, guys. I'm not going to lie. Maybe the Barbs are helping me out in this matchup. Going to go for my LP to snipe that E-Drag. Really good Knight on his end, actually. Going to go for my NATO Zap again. Just kill that Bomber real quick. And I think we're going to overwhelm him right now, guys. I'm going to just start spamming, honestly. This is what you do once you're up a lot of damage. Going to Zap as well. Kill the E-Drag, hopefully. And LP the bridge, too. Yeah, I think we got him, guys. Good game. Wow, that was a great Golem mirror match. Again, I'm really not a Golem player, but I guess I just did a good job. I also think that might be my matchup, just because I have the Barbs. You can see I was able to melt his Golem, whereas he couldn't melt mine. But that was still a pretty close mirror match. The only difference, really, was that, well, actually I had LP and he had Scaly Drags, which I think goes both ways. I think LP probably helped me more than it helped him, with him having Scaly Drags, because LP is just such a strong card. Like, you could never go wrong with that card. And then the Barbs helped a bit more than the Knight, but that was still, you know, a pretty good example of how to play the Golem match. I think you just pump up early on, then you try and build up your push as well. Like, you try and defend optimally while winning the bridge battles. Like, I tried to save my Barbs for his defense. I also tried to get good value on offense, you know, with my Evo Zap, with my Zap plus NATO combination to take stuff out, and overall that just worked out really nicely. So that is a great Golem mirror match victory. Let's move on, guys. Next up we have P.E.K.K.A. And I actually did see someone playing in the top 50 with P.E.K.K.A. And P.E.K.K.A.'s actually in a really good spot right now, really solid, because P.E.K.K.A. itself got buffed. Quite a few other cards did get buffed too. Also, P.E.K.K.A. has just generally been running overpowered cards. Like, we have the Evo Zap, we have the Evo Bomber in here. Works very well. Evo Ram is actually out right now, but unfortunately we cannot use it in the tourney because you can't use any Evos that had just come out the same season. So we can't use the Evo Ram. But that being said, we're still using P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam with the Evo Zap Evo Bomber. Just a pretty standard version. LP again rounds the deck out very nicely, where you just have a solid support card at any given time. And I think the way you want to play this deck is just build up positive elixir trades over time and punish your opponents with that elixir trade. So I think this can also do really well against Dagger Duchess. We also have the Mother Witch, by the way. I forgot to mention, but Graveyard is still really strong. I think we might see a fair amount of Giant Graveyard or maybe other Graveyard decks. So Mother Witch is a nice tech to have against Graveyard and also just spam decks. But I think Bridge Spam can do pretty well against Dagger Duchess, because when they're low on reload value, like when she's at 0 daggers charged up, you can just spam a little bit and catch them off guard. So I think P.E.K.K.A. is a pretty solid option. Again, I did see someone top 50 with this deck, and P.E.K.K.A. has just generally received quite a few buffs overall. So let's give our opponent the good luck. I think every single opponent we've had so far has had the Dagger Duchess, guys. So pretty interesting. I'm just going to start with an Evo Zap. Or normal Zap, rather, and we might have a mirror match. No way. Is that going to be 2 mirrors in a row? Like, we just had a mirror match of Golem. Okay, it's going to be Dart Goblin, so maybe not necessarily a mirror match, but still, nonetheless, going to be something. LP's pretty much going to get taken out. I'm actually just going to ram. Let's just protect this LP a bit and see what we can get out of this interaction. Goes for a log and a Goblin gang. Let me just go for arrows and all of that. And I did miss 2 spears, but it's all good. I don't know if this is P.E.K.K.A or just generally like bridge spam. It could also be like recruits, which I'm actually worried about. I think recruits does very well against P.E.K.K.A, so that is a bit of a cause for concern. Can I get an activation? No, I can't, unfortunately. Dagger Duchess does really well, so she'll just like kill that firecracker before it gets a hit. And I'm just going to reset with another ghost. I'm not entirely sure what this matchup is, guys. Oh, it is going to be P.E.K.K.A. It's just an interesting version of P.E.K.K.A. He has like a bunch of bait, which I suppose a big thing I can try and utilize in this matchup is my Mother Witch. This should definitely counter the ram. Yeah, it will. I'm actually going to have to go ability right there. I just realized the LP is very low, so I'm going to go ability right now. That's a good Dark Goblin, actually. Hopefully my LP can turn around, but I don't think it can. Yeah, it won't. At least not anywhere near in time. But I still have taken 0 damage. Let me go for a perfect zap. Nice. So as you guys can see, Dagger Duchess does kind of destroy the Dark Goblin. And let's see if he goes for a gang at any time. If he does, that would be a big misplay. Where I can... He does not know I have a Mother Witch. Oh, right there. Right on cue. So I'm going to go for the Mother Witch right now. We're going to spawn up a bunch of pigs. And I'm going to go ram opposite lane. And I can maybe get an Evil Bomber on whatever he plays. Maybe a Knight. Yeah, we do get one. Let's see how this does, guys. Evil Bomber the bridge. Let's get maybe a double bounce or 2. Yeah, that's 1 double bounce. That's 2 double bounces. And that's 3. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. I'm going to activate King off this firecracker while I'm at it. And then I'll just go for the arrows to kill all of this. I'll go for my ghost on the Dark Goblin. This is going exceptionally well, honestly. Going to take a little bit of chip from that, but it's not too big of a deal. Honestly, I think I'll go P.E.K.K.A the back, guys. That's kind of what you do in these matchups. Like, in P.E.K.K.A mirror matchups, usually, like, you go P.E.K.K.A the back and just try and overwhelm them over time. That is what I've seen top players do. So I'm just going to try and emulate that myself. I'll do a bit of split lane pressure right now as well. So ram the left. We have our P.E.K.K.A coming down the right. I do have my arrows available as soon as he goes for any kind of Dark Goblin. Oh, actually, let me Evo Zap to kill that firecracker. I believe it does kill a firecracker. Beautiful. And we're going to get our Mother Witch going to town a bit in the left as well. Ooh, that's a bit of an overwhelm because the pigs are causing issues. In the meantime, yeah, he's getting overwhelmed, guys. This ram at the same time might just connect. Going to zap the gang. That's going to be a connection. And the Dagger Duchess, look at that, guys. She's 0 charge. That is going to be tower down. Or, okay, basically tower down. Let's see what he goes for. Going to go for my Ghost. And then P.E.K.K.A as well. Yeah, I was waiting to make sure if he went for a ram before I went P.E.K.K.A. He does, so I'll just go for that. And that's going to be a pretty much perfect game, guys. Pretty close to a mirror match. I mean, we both had P.E.K.K.A bridge spam. His evos were Firecracker and Knight. Mine were Zap and Bomber. And that one time, I got him with that P.E.K.K.A... Or I got him with that, like, great ram punch when he was low in elixir. Then I went for the Evil Bomber bridge, got, like, 2 double bounces, some single bounces. That was super clutch. So, honestly, that went really well. Pretty much a mirror matchup, although I guess my deck was better. Like, this is kind of a homemade P.E.K.K.A bridge spam deck. I guess that is... Okay, that's not his main deck. I don't know what the hell that is, but I guess that's, like, his own homemade version again. But this is definitely a better one. And also, Mother Witch was pretty clutch. Like, we overwhelmed him with the Mother Witch on offense that one time against the gang, and then subsequently his other stuff. So, P.E.K.K.A is just a really good deck in general. And I think even with the meta, like Dagger Duchess, guys, number one, she does well with P.E.K.K.A. You saw I could ignore quite a few things because she just kills, like, cheap troops by herself. For example, Dark Goblin, maybe like an E-Wiz. And then P.E.K.K.A also does well against Dagger Duchess if you catch them low on elixir because you can just pressure super efficiently. And at the end, that's basically what happened to her. His opponent's my opponent's towers, excuse me, was at 0 charge at the end, and the ram just overwhelmed. So if you know how to punish elixir card cycle counting like I did in that game, you can get a lot of mileage out of a deck like this. Moving on, we have Hog Earthquake. Honestly, I saw so much drill, guys. I was looking at the top 50 to try and find different versions of decks, and just everyone was playing everyone rather was playing drill, like drill spam. So I didn't want to include multiple drill versions, though there were literally so many drill players I could afford to do 2 different drill decks in this video. But you know, I always try and do some kind of variation for you guys. So we're going to be playing with Hog EQ. Honestly, Hog EQ is not in the best spot right now. I'll be upfront with you guys because Dagger Duchess does so well against this deck. But the traditional gameplay of this deck and game style runs the same. You try and pressure with Hog Riders, catch them low on elixir. Firecracker is a very good support card. We actually have adequate air defense with Evo Firecracker and the Tesla. We also do have the Evo Evo Skeletons. I think you can run either Evo Tesla or Evo Scalies, but we're going to experiment with Evo Scalies right about now. And we're going to use the Knight. You could actually run Mighty Miner, but I saw someone running with the Knight, and so I guess I will be running with that. Actually, you know, I'm going to make a last-minute decision, guys, and switch it out for the Mighty Miner. I'm honestly a fan of Mighty Miner and Hog EQ. Like, this is a pretty solid deck, and even Evo Tesla might be better than Evo Skeletons, though I did see that guy in the top 50 using Evo Scalies, so I'll like to go for Evo Scalies, but yeah, we're going to try with this Hog EQ deck, guys. It's a pretty standard version. I know that lots of Hog players are complaining about Dagger Duchess, because I think she just counters it so efficiently, but we'll see what we can do. Maybe, you know, catch him low on Elixir. I think she will defend a Hog very well. Let's see right now. Hog first play. We're playing against Giant. Okay, thank God. Oh, we're against Giant Graveyard. Oh, no. That is actually problematic. I really despise Giant Graveyard, guys. So really good thing we have the Mighty Miner in that case, because he's going to do a great job against Giant. Little worried right now. We'll go for the early Mighty. He might Graveyard right now. No, he's not going to. But Mighty will do a great job at just completely shutting down that Giant. I'll go for my Ice Spirit for these bats. And perfect Ice Spirit, clipping everything. Good LP as well by him. Can't really do much about that. Mighty Miner will get some kind of work, but not before it just dies. This is a little bit troublesome, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, not really sure what I should do. He might go for an ability. No, he doesn't, so that's okay. And I'll go Hog again, but as you can see, like, Dagger Duchess does so well against the Hog Rider. He just has to zap, and that's going to be still 2 hits, I think. At least we get 2 hits, you know, it could be worse. But still, that just shuts it down so efficiently, it's ridiculous. And Dagger Duchess does okay against Graveyard, but I think, like, she could also be better. Once they, like, start overwhelming you with a bunch of stuff. Right here's a Graveyard incoming. Gonna pop my Earthquake on it after a few seconds to get a great counter. And then she will reload a little bit. We're still going to take a few skeleton stabs right there, but hopefully Firecracker dies before we can activate King, maybe? Yeah, perfect. So that's one good thing. He's very low on Elixir, so I'm going to go offensive Hog while he's low. Yeah, that'll still be 1 hit, I hope. Oh my god, that's, guys, Dagger Duchess, wow, is actually kind of shutting down Hog Rider, I can't lie. That's insane. Hopefully the Dagger Duchess can full counter this Bowler with help of the Skellies. I think we can, yeah. Really strong card, guys. This card is insane. But I'm worried about this match right now. Honestly, Giant Graveyard, very tough matchup, and this guy just has it. So, again, also this kind of does show the weakness of Hog Rider against Dagger Duchess, unfortunately. Like, it's just a reality. I'm going to go for the Evo Firecracker. He actually just wasted his zap, so he can't really kill his Firecracker, which is really nice. Yeah, he actually can't kill it. Going to go Evo Scalies Log. So that, oh, he does go for the good arrows. Oh, hold up, this is really bad right now. I think I lost, guys, I'm going to be honest. Or at the very least, we're going to tower trade. I'm going to go Hog opposite. His tower is really low. That Duchess has very low charge. So I'm going to try and get a few Hog hits, maybe. 1. We need another. We need a tower trade right now. Firecracker? Okay, we take the tower. Okay, guys, we are in this. We are alive. I am not going to protect this Firecracker. We are in this, but it still looks bad. It really does look bad. But it could be worse. Oh, Giant Graveyard's incoming right now. EQ on defense, and then I think we're fine. Don't think we have to log because we have the activated King. Yeah, really nice. Gonna go offensive Hog. I'll prediction Evo Firecracker for the bats maybe. Nice, we got them. So maybe 1 hit. Yeah, 1 hit. Beautiful. And Firecracker's still alive. Meanwhile, I have this Mighty Miner trick, guys. Okay, great Giant prediction on his end. I have to be honest. This is so intense, I can't believe it. I'm gonna Hog anyways. His tower's like at 0, guys. Like the charge up is so low right now. Yeah, he's in trouble. Look at this Hog punish. That's gonna be maybe like 3 hits, and Evo Scali's gonna melt that Giant as well. Really love to see it. So I'm gonna go in again. His tower is still low, guys, and the Evo Scali's. Wait, Evo Scali's might just get him right now. Hold up, come on, Evo Scali's. I believe in you. Oh my God, they're cooking, guys. They're cooking. They're on the tower. He's forced to Evo Zap. And we still get a lot. That was so good. Okay, we're playing this really well, honestly. I genuinely think I played this matchup really. Like, honestly, this is a great video, guys. Great global tourney video, because this is not an easy situation. Like against all these decks. I'm just gonna pre-EQ. He misses the Firecracker with those arrows. Was that meant to be like a give up arrows? No, it wasn't. So I don't know what that was about. I'm gonna go offensive Hog, just to pressure. He has to Bowler. I'll get no Hog hits. I'm not going to go for my EQ even though I'm tempted to, because I know he might Graveyard sometime soon. Also, guys, take note, I'm going for a lot of these pre-Teslas just to make sure I always have some kind of defense on the board. Back to a new Firecracker. And The Evo bats are a huge pain. Honestly, that's like why I lost my tower the first time around, those Evo bats. But I think I'll EQ on defense now. Yeah, EQ is a great defensive counter, guys, against the Earthquake. Or against the Graveyard, my bad. And I'm back to a new Mighty plus Tesla. Just going to go in. I can't Firecracker, honestly, because that Bull is just going to shut it down. The game's over. I actually just have to defend. I just have to defend because there's 10 seconds left. So I'll just do that. He's going to EQ. I'll just go for my EQ on defense, honestly. And that's going to be GG, guys. Beautiful win against Giant Graveyard. Honestly, I really hate Giant Graveyard, so very proud of this win. That was super clutch, and that is pretty much just how you play this deck, I guess. Honestly, great thing I subbed out the Knight for the Mighty Miner. Imagine if I didn't. I honestly could have lost that game because Mighty is so good against Giant. So really good thing I subbed it out. But yeah, really satisfying win. Let's move on. In the interest of time, we are going on to our final deck, 3.0 Xbow Cycle, one of my favorite decks in the entire game. Now you can, or actually it is my favorite deck in the entire game. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you'll know that I play 3.0 Xbow Cycle as my main deck. So we can finally use the Evo Tesla in this tournament, and how to play this deck is pretty simple. You try and utilize the cheap cycle cards in your deck, you know, Archers, Knight, cycle cards, and Tesla to build positive trades, and your win con is the Xbow, so you try and break through with the Xbow. In single elixir, it's super crucial to be like very alert, because you can outcycle them and maybe get some great things going in single elixir. You also are kind of aided by the Dagger Duchess. I feel like she does well in Xbow Cycle, because it just does very well when you have more HP, and you can also kind of get positive trades with the Duchess. You also have really solid defense with your defensive core, so even if your dagger is like low on charge, you can still get away with defenses. And also, we finally have Evo Tesla available. Last GT we were not able to use Evo Tesla, but now we can, so I think this is looking pretty okay for 3.0 right now. Especially if we see a lot of drill decks, I think 3.0 can do well against those drill decks. And wow, guys, as you can see, we are against yet another Dagger Duchess deck. So that's 5 for 5. Every single opponent we've had in the video so far has been playing with the Dagger Duchess, so that is something for sure. And it is going to be drill, as I kind of suspected. So going to go Knight right now. Ice Spirit Scalies for this, and I think we're going to get away. Yeah, nice defense. Going to go in now because we have a pretty decent counter push. Let's see what he has. Mighty Miner, LP, okay. LP is going to die to the Xbow. He actually has to go ability, otherwise he's going to be in trouble. And he does get the ability down in time. But look at the Duchess, guys. This is what I meant. She does so well with Xbow because we get a huge lock, and that just might be good game. Going to Knight to predict a Evo Bomber. Perfect prediction. I knew he had it back in cycle again. Card cycle counting, elixir cycle counting, or elixir counting rather, is very crucial. And that's just GG. Great punish. Honestly, if they play really aggro with drills, you can just get them this early on with Xbow, especially if they don't have a mini tank. I don't know if this guy is a mini tank in this deck. It looks like he might not, just because of the fact that he did not play anything in time for the Xbow. No, he's not going to give up, so I mean, props to him, I guess, but we're going to be just fine. We killed that drill without any Goblin spawning. That was so clutch. And I'm honestly tempted to go in again. I will. I have Evo Archers in cycle to melt whatever he plays. Evo Tesla, or normal Tesla comes down. Let me just go Evo Archers for that. And he has to play something. Poison, okay. Still going to be a mini lock, I think. Okay, we don't get anything, actually. Unfortunate, but I mean, the damage is done. That is literally 4 fireballs. 207 times 2 is 414. Times 2 again is 828. That's literally 2 fireballs. I'm just going to go for fireball number 1 right now. Or 4 fireballs, rather. Fireball number 1 right now. The game is not over because Drill is a very obnoxious deck, and they can spam really well. He's probably going to Evo Bomber the bridge. No, it's actually just a normal bomber. I'll Knight like that, and then I'll go for my... Look at that, guys. You can actually basically full counter a Drill with just the log, courtesy of the Dagger Duchess. Did not know that until just now. Wow. So, I mean, she does super well. Like, she does exceptionally well. He has his Evo Scalies, no problem whatsoever. Easily defended. Evo Bomber's probably coming in. I can just log all of this, though. And he naked poisons. I'll just naked fireball. And I might as well just Xbow in the right to keep the pressure up, like, while he's spamming in the left. And I still have the Tesla alive, by the way, so it's not like he's in the clear. Gonna to predict a Tesla. Great catch. And we might just get him in both lanes, guys. Like, literally, we might just get him in both lanes. So, new Drill is back. I think I can literally just Scalies log on it. Fireball number 1. And yeah, that's going to be game. Like, that's literally going to be game. I don't know what the difference is between, like, winning by taking 1 tower versus like winning a tower trade in terms of crowns. I think it's about the same. So I'm just going to take the fireball right now. Ooh, he has a NATO. That's GG's though. He did not have a mini tank, I don't think. So honestly, guys, 3.0 Xbow can excel against decks like those where they don't have a mini tank. But anyways, that's going to be a flawless 10-0 start to the global tourney. Beautiful video, if I do say so myself. I think I played really well. Like, honestly, I'm always a bit nervous when I record these because I'm playing decks I have no familiarity with. For example, the Golem deck and also the Hog against Giant Graveyard was very sketchy, but I just always kind of surprise myself in a positive way with how I play. So that's a flawless 10-0 start. Again, beautiful wins. Yeah, no mini tank in there. That might be a pretty common drill deck. I think Morton was playing with this in the last GT and in the sudden death one and was like number 1 at some point. So anyways, that's 5 straight wins, guys, with 5 different decks. Hope you enjoy the deck breakdowns. Again, every link will be in the description below if you guys would like to copy any of the decks. And hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.